So there you have it. That's the OneTigris Backwoods Bungalow 2.0. 3 pounds, 2.9 ounces. You can use trekking poles with it. You can set up this configuration or a ridgeline. I've got some sticks I cut and run down this guy line to the stakes. It's reflective, so at night when you shine a light on it, it reflects really well. And they give you 6 of those, so they give you the right amount of those. If you see, there's 10 stakes that come with it. All 10 stakes are being utilized right now if I am using this. If I was not, and then so now I am 3 stakes short, because to pull out these lines, these 2 lines here and pull it away, each one of those needed a stake, and I need a stake right there for this ventilation. If I was using a ridge line setup for this tent, then I would be short 1 stake. So if they put 13 stakes in here, it'd be the magic number. That'd be just enough. When you set up a ridge line on this tent, it's a little bit tricky because you'll set it straight between 2 trees, but then you'll spend the next 10 minutes trying to get these stakes so that the line is straight and it doesn't crooked. So it's a little saggier when set up with a ridge line, but I really like that option. So if you want to run a ridge line, all you have to do is you can run the ridge line through these loops and then tighten it up with a trucker hitch on the other end. Or you can just have the ridge line a little bit loose and then pull some of the line up through this here, this loop, and then stick a toggle on there, and then do that for all 3. The tent has a vestibule, comes out, place to put and keep things dry when this is all folded up. Got a hanger here to hang a light on. Got plenty of room in there. There's actually this 6.8 feet long and it's 4.1 feet wide. And then the height is 3.7 feet high. So there's plenty enough room for 2 people. And the screen is really thick. In fact, it's so thick that it actually has some insulation properties that make it a little bit warmer inside the tent than outside the tent, which could be an advantage in cooler weather or disadvantage in warmer weather. And it does take some time to set up. This is not a quick setup tent. It took a little while to figure out where I was going to put the guy wires, tie them up, as well as set everything else up. The screen does roll up like you see here, and there's plenty of this elastic cordage to make it look good. They put these grommets here so you can use trekking poles on rainfly / awning. But I'm really surprised they didn't put one right here. I think they would have put one right there. It has, as you can see, it has ventilation out the backside. It no longer has the windows on the side of it. It has back ventilation. When it was raining the other night, it kind of collapsed a little bit, so I may not have had it set up properly. But I will say that I had a tarp underneath here, just like this tarp right here, and somehow water had gotten underneath the tarp, so the whole top of that tarp was wet. But the tent inside was completely dry. The only leakage I had through the night was from this light right here. Somehow water was leaking down, just a drip every now and then. Water would drip, and what I did is I just took that off, and the leaking stopped, the dripping stopped, so it stayed dry the whole night. The guy lines are reflective, so you can see every place. It has a guy line in the middle of the night. If you have a flashlight, it's going to reflect all this white back. It gets reflected. Makes it a pretty versatile tent. And a fun setup for my son likes it, for kids to have their very own tent. And if you had no trekking poles, you could just cut 4 sticks and set it up that way. Very versatile. So I like this tent. I like it a lot.